The last few months just destroyed some of Hollywood's longest marriages, and when you see the pattern, you'll understand why none of them stood a chance. Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban, 19 years of marriage. Over in September 2025, Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck tried the reunion everyone wanted and still couldn't make it work. Jessica Alba and Cash Warren spent 16 years together and ended up calling themselves roommates before finally filing in February. 10 couples, decades of marriage, hundreds of red carpets, all ended with the same 3 words: irreconcilable differences. By the end of this video, you'll see exactly what killed these relationships, and it's not what you think. Number 10 is Sydney Sweeney and Jonathan Deino. Sydney Sweeney and Jonathan Deino got engaged in 2022, and by May 2025, the wedding was officially canceled. March 2025, rumors started flying after Sydney reunited with her Anyone But You co-star Glenn Powell at his sister's wedding. People noticed she wasn't wearing her engagement ring. Sources told people the relationship had been rocky for a long time. May 2025, Sydney confirmed the split in an interview with The Times. When asked if she's planning a wedding, her answer was simple: no. Asked if she's single, another one-word answer: yes. Her explanation hit different. I'm learning a lot about myself, spending more time alone. Translation: she chose her career over settling down. And honestly, at 27 years old with euphoria money and a rom-com career exploding, can you blame her? The pattern starts here. Ambition versus commitment. When one person's ready and the other isn't, the engagement ring becomes a weight instead of a promise. Number 9, Denise Richards and Aaron Fipers. Denise Richards and Aaron Fipers lasted 6 years of marriage before he filed for divorce on July 7, 2025. And the separation date he listed tells you everything you need to know. July 4th, Independence Day, literally. Fipers cited irreconcilable differences in documents obtained by TMZ and requested spousal support despite the relatively short marriage. They'd started dating in 2017, married in September 2018, and by summer 2025, he was done. No public drama, no cheating scandal, no tabloid explosion, just a man who decided he wanted out and filed the paperwork. Here's the thing about quick marriages. When you rush to the altar, you skip the part where you figure out if you actually want the same life. And by the time you realize you don't, you're already legally bound to someone you barely know. Number 8, Zack Gilford and Kiele Sanchez. Zack Gilford and Kiele Sanchez met in 2010 filming a TV pilot called Matadors. Married in December 2012, had 2 children together, and spent 12 years building what looked like a solid marriage. April 2025, Gilford filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences, asked for joint legal and physical custody of their kids, Zeppelin and Revel. The twist that makes this one hurt: Sanchez played his wife in a recurring role on Criminal Minds Evolution. While their real marriage was falling apart, they were acting out a fictional marriage on screen while their actual relationship died off camera. Think about that. Going to work every day, pretending to be in love with your spouse for the cameras, then going home to the reality that it's over? When work becomes your entire life, your actual life stops existing, and by the time you notice, it's too late to save it. Number 7, Nina Dobrev and Shaun White. Nina Dobrev and Shaun White started dating in 2019, made it public in May 2020, and seemed like they'd figured it out when White proposed in October 2024. Less than a year later, on September 11, 2025, People magazine confirmed they'd split. The statement from their source hit all the right notes. It was a mutual decision, wasn't an easy one, but it was made with love and a deep respect for one another. Translation: they got engaged, started planning the actual wedding, and realized they didn't want the same marriage. Getting engaged is easy. It's a ring and a yes and a champagne toast. Staying engaged through the reality of merging 2 lives is where most couples figure out they're not compatible. And Nina and Shaun figured it out before signing the marriage license instead of after. That's actually the smart move, painful but smart. Number 6, Marion Cotillard and Guillaume Canet. Marion Cotillard and Guillaume Canet were together for 18 years, raised 2 children, never bothered getting married, and in 2025, they released a joint statement that was almost too polite. After 18 years together, Marion Cotillard and Guillaume Canet have decided to separate by mutual agreement. This decision was made with mutual goodwill. No drama, no scandal, no public meltdown, just 2 people who spent nearly 2 decades together and woke up one day realizing they were done. The French handle breakups differently. No tabloid wars, no custody battles splashed across headlines. Just a quiet acknowledgement that the relationship ran its course and now it's over. Here's what nobody tells you about long-term relationships. They don't always end with a bang. Sometimes they end with a whisper. Two people who've grown in different directions finally admitting out loud what they've both known for years. Number 5. Channing Tatum and Zoe Kravitz. Channing Tatum and Zoe Kravitz started dating in 2021, went public at the Met Gala, got engaged in autumn 2023, and by October 2024, multiple sources confirmed to people they'd called it off. An Us Weekly insider explained what went wrong. Zoe expressed she didn't necessarily need to get married again after her divorce. They're opposites, but bonded over art and film. Long-term, it wasn't going to work. Another source added the detail that killed it. They both have extremely demanding schedules, and that was a big part of why they broke up. Bonding over work isn't the same as building a life. You can love someone's creative energy, respect their talent, enjoy collaborating on projects, and still realize you don't want to wake up next to them every morning for the next 50 years. Zoe already knew this from her first marriage. Channing learned it during this engagement, and they both walked away before making the same mistake twice. Number 4. Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom. Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom met at a Golden Globes after-party in 2016, got engaged on Valentine's Day 2019, welcomed their daughter Daisy Dove in August 2020, and stayed engaged for 6 years before finally calling it quits in June 2025. Us Weekly broke the news with a source saying the split was a long time coming and that things haven't been great for a while. 6 years engaged, never married, one child together, and by summer 2025 it was over. Katy was spotted with former Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau shortly after the split went public. Here's the thing about having a baby to save a relationship. It doesn't work. If the relationship was dying before the kid arrived, adding sleepless nights and diaper changes and the stress of parenting doesn't magically fix the underlying problems. Daisy is 5 years old now, old enough to remember her parents together, young enough that this becomes her normal, and that's the tragedy nobody wants to talk about. Number 3. Jessica Alba and Cash Warren. Jessica Alba and Cash Warren, married in 2008, built 16 years together, raised 3 children, and by January 2025, TMZ reported they'd separated. Alba confirmed the news on Instagram in a post that tried to sound empowering. I've been on a journey of self-realization and transformation for years, both as an individual and in partnership with Cash. It's now time for us to embark on a new chapter of growth and evolution as individuals. February 7th, 2025, she officially filed for divorce, listing their separation date as December 27th, 2024, right after Christmas. They didn't have a prenup, which turned their split into a legal mess over how to divide their assets. The detail that tells you everything. In a previous podcast interview, Alba compared their relationship to being roommates, not partners, not lovers. Roommates. When you stop being a team and start being two people who share a house and split bills and coordinate kid pickup schedules, you're not married anymore. You're just co-parenting with paperwork. Number 2, Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck. Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck gave love a second chance in 2021, got married in July 2022 without a prenup, and by August 2024, J.Lo filed for divorce, listing their separation date as April 26, 2024. A source told People that Jennifer tried really hard to make things work and is heartbroken. Another source said Ben had no interest in making their marriage work. January 6, 2025, a judge granted their divorce request. February 2025, it became official. Bennifer 2.0 lasted exactly 2 years. The same problems that killed their relationship in 2004 came back in 2024 because people don't change just because you want them to. And second chances only work if both people learned from the first failure. Ben didn't want to be married to Jennifer then, and he didn't want to be married to her now. The only difference is this time, she was the one who filed first. Number 1. Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban. Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban married in 2006, raised 2 daughters together, survived his addiction struggles, built 19 years that looked unshakable, and on September 29, 2025, Page 6 broke the news that shocked everyone. An inside source told the outlet, "Sometimes relationships just run their course." Nicole did not want the separation and was trying to save things. Read that again. Nicole did not want the separation. After 19 years, 2 kids, a marriage that survived rehab and career pressures and constant tabloid scrutiny, Keith decided he was done, and nothing Nicole did could change his mind. She wanted to fight, he wanted out. And when one person stops choosing the relationship, it doesn't matter how hard the other person fights to save it. That's the brutal truth about divorce. Sometimes the person who wants to leave wins, and the person left behind has to figure out how to rebuild a life they didn't want to lose. 10 divorces in the last few months, decades of marriage, hundreds of millions of dollars, children watching their parents split, and when you look at all of them together, the pattern becomes impossible to ignore. These marriages didn't end because of affairs. Nicole and Keith had no cheating scandal. Jessica and Cash had no tabloid drama. Marion and Guillaume just quietly stopped. They ended because people changed and stopped choosing each other. Some became roommates, like Jessica and Cash admitted. Some had different life goals, like Channing and Zoe discovered. Some just ran out of reasons to stay, like Nicole and Keith proved. Marriage doesn't fail because of one big explosive thing. It fails because of 1,000 small decisions to stop fighting for it. Every time you choose work over date night, every time you stop asking how their day went, every time you go to bed angry and wake up pretending everything's fine. Those small decisions add up until one day you look across the table at someone you've known for 19 years and realize you don't know them anymore, or worse, you realize you do know them and you don't want this life. Sydney chose her career. Denise and Aaron chose independence. Zack and Kiele let work replace their marriage. Nina and Shaun figured it out before the wedding. Marion and Guillaume quietly grew apart. Channing and Zoe admitted they bonded over art, not life. Katy and Orlando let a baby become a band-aid. Jessica and Cash became roommates. Bennifer and Ben repeated their same mistakes, and Nicole fought for a marriage Keith no longer wanted. The brutal truth these 10 couples learned: marriage isn't about the wedding day or the anniversary posts or the red carpet photos. It's about choosing the same person every single day, even when you don't feel like it. And the moment you stop making that choice, the marriage is already over. The divorce paperwork just makes it official. These 10 couples stopped choosing each other. That's why they're all single now.